Alright, what's going on guys? Gdoggcasey here, and welcome to a video that is probably pretty strange to you coming from me. I've made some comments about WoW in the past. It's not necessarily a game that I hate, actually. It's actually a game that I enjoy quite a bit. But I've made comments comparing it to Final Fantasy XIV in the past. And honestly, I really do, like even still now, think that Final Fantasy XIV is the better game, at least for me. However, it's been so long since I've played World of Warcraft. What's the word? Like, not deliberately, but basically like played the game with an intent to actually like get to the end and actually make a good attempt at gearing the character up and having a good time with it and doing some end game stuff. Not necessarily raiding, because I definitely don't have time to get with a guild and do raids at certain times and shit like that. But as much as I can do on my own without a guild is what I'm looking to do here. And I think it'll be kind of interesting to just sort of grind it out, level up this character, and see where it goes. Now, I'm not making any commitment that this is going to be like 500 episode series or anything like that, but let's just jump into the game anyway, and we'll talk about it as we go. Now, granted, this is an idea that sort of came to me pretty randomly, as I've been thinking a lot about the channel and how I should proceed going forward. And I've come up with this idea, and you guys are going to see some changes going on in the channel over the next few months, hopefully. And hopefully you'll like it. A lot of you guys are here for Final Fantasy XIV stuff. I bet you this video might even make you puke a little bit. And if that's the case, I totally understand. Even when I play this game, like I find myself being like, like Final Fantasy does this better, Final Fantasy does that better. But I'm going to give it like a real attempt here, and I'm going to record my progress. So you'll get to see sort of the, you know, the progress and stuff like that. Now, we're going to be skipping basically everything. We're going to be going through it, I would say as quickly as possible, although I'm not going to be speed running, obviously, but we're going to basically just grind it out and try to get to max level here and just try to do some stuff. I don't know what this is. Legionnaire Murky, new. Oh, these are pets. Oh, that's cute. Knight Captain Murky. I guess this is like some Hero of the Storm stuff. Interesting. Okay, well, this is stuff that we can look at later. I'm not too concerned about it. Just making sure the game seems to be running nice and smooth. It appears to be. All right. So, like I said, we're not going to be reading any quests or doing anything like that. But one thing we are not going to be doing is using heirloom gear, because not everybody can use heirloom gear, and I want to experience the game the best I can without heirloom gear. Because I find, like, I do have it. If you want to take a look, I do have quite a few heirloom pieces, and especially for the warrior. I definitely have everything needed for that, but I'm going to skip it. We're going to level this character up like a normal character without any of that extra stuff. And we're going to like it, damn it. But a couple other things we got to change here because it's a new character. Put on auto loot. Some of this other stuff, or action bars, I like to have them all turned on but then hidden. And we can put our buffs and stuff like that on like certain hotkeys. We don't need attack. Slam, eh? It's actually been a while since I've started a new warrior, so didn't even know I would start with slam. So what is this? It just costs 20 rage to use. Okay. One thing I find myself struggling with pretty heavily right from the start is remembering to actually loot the enemies after killing them. Because in Final Fantasy XIV, your character just picks them up. And I think that's better. But whatever. We're not going to make this series all about just shitting on WoW and comparing it to Final Fantasy XIV. As every time I finish up a quest and I'm ready to like turn it in, my instinct is always to sprint like you can do in Final Fantasy. But like I said, we are not actually going to be just focusing 100% on Final Fantasy. We're just going to be trying to have fun and try to enjoy this game for what it is. I mean, it's not like this is a bad game, right? Put on these new gloves here. pick up some quests, and I don't know, we're going warrior, and we're gonna go protection warrior, and I'm doing that deliberately because if you go DPS, it just takes forever to get into a dungeon queue, and if I want to do a dungeon for a video or something like that, I don't want to have to wait hours just to get in to a dungeon. So we're gonna be tanking it up, and some of you guys might find that interesting to see how my tanking style carries over from Final Fantasy into World of Warcraft. Oh, come on. Can't loot that, huh? I look forward to us getting some extra abilities that will allow us to carry rage over from fight to fight. We kill these guys. Let me actually just check the sound settings real quick. I know I've been messing with them for my own playtime. I'll turn it up a little bit. We'll put the music up so you guys can actually hear it. And we'll loop the music so there's always music. I like that. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay, yeah, like this sounds a little loud. Put this down a little bit. But there we go. We got some sounds going on in the background so it's not total silence. Sometimes when you're grinding, there's just not much to talk about, right? You just sort of play. And I'm sure that'll happen from time to time over the course of this series. The one thing I would love is for you guys to let me know what you actually think about this kind of thing. If it's something that you hate, let me know. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop it, unless everybody says they hate it, but you know, I appreciate your comments and how you feel about the things that I'm doing. The channel has been going through a slump right before we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. At the time of recording this, I have not hit that yet. However, I imagine it will come eventually. But it's all my fault. Like I have taken a bit of a break from recording videos, mostly because I've been having another one of those sort of identity crisis where I'm not exactly sure how I want to handle the channel. I was getting a little bit away from Final Fantasy XIV because I sort of burnt myself out on it. And I felt the MMO urge crawling back in, and I figured, you know what? I already have the expansion. It's not going to cost me anything more than just 15 bucks to try it out again and see if it's fun. So that's what we're doing. Picking up all these cactus apples. I've done these quests like quite a few times, so I'm pretty familiar with this starting area. And as I was talking about before, I'm not sure, like, we're not going to stick to leveling up the character strictly through dungeons or strictly through questing. We'll probably do a bit of a mix of both. You know, whatever I kind of feel like on the day, and see how it goes. And I think it'll be fun. I'm still thinking about how, like, what structure I'm going to release these videos in, whether or not it's going to be, like, once a week or twice a week or more than that. I don't think it's going to be more than that because, like I said, I do have a bit of a plan here. I'd like to try it out. Something that I have sort of tried in the past, but I don't want to get into that too much because I'm going to save that for the update video. And I'll explain it all there to the best of my ability. Because honestly, even right now, I haven't fully hashed it all out yet. But I had time to record today. And this game is near the top of my list in terms of ones I wanted to make videos for. So I figured I'd just start recording today. Alright, what are we doing here? Peons. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna wake up the sleeping peons. I'm even not using the heirloom mount. I do have the heirloom mount, but we're not using it. We're just going straight up here. There's a peon over there. He'll probably fall asleep by the time I get over there. I imagine, anyway. We can just kill some things while we wait. He'll be going to sleep soon, I'm sure. Right? Work. Or he won't. Make me look like a liar, you lazy peon. I know he's going to. It's going to be as soon as he returns this last log. I'm waiting for it. This guy's not going to get a wink of sleep. Hurry up.
What?
There he goes. Ready for this? Get the fuck up, buddy. I don't care how sleepy you are. You're being paid to do a job, you do that job. Oh shit. See, I wish I could sprint so bad. I'm like trying to use my sprint button. I know I could jump on the mount, but I'm not doing that, so. Wake up. Alright, just one more. Here's another guy. Keep an eye on him. Kill a couple things just while we wait. We're not getting that much experience because we're not using the heirloom gear. But might as well pass the time somewhat productively. I like the leveling experience in Warcraft. I really do. So I think this will be fun. It's definitely different. I have tried making videos on WoW in the past. In fact, I've made a few. I even tried to do like a full-on Let's Play. Which I guess you could maybe consider this a Let's Play, because it is pretty much what I'm doing. But I tried to like focus heavily on the story elements, and I still think that that's an interesting idea. Because tell me how many people you think actually read these quests when they do them. There's not very many of them. There's a dude over there too, but he does not appear to be sleeping. This guy's gonna end up going to sleep at some point too. Like most people, when you play any MMO, you're probably not reading the quests. This game provides like a great... Oh, is that charged? I already have charge. Sweet. All right, well that's gonna help. Didn't even know I had that. It's gonna help. Like the story is well written and probably pretty good. I've tried reading it before, but you always just sort of slip back into the whole like just the grind, you know, just quickly get going, pick up your quest, go do it. Who really cares about the story? I don't want to put that sort of restriction on myself for this series, because that's going to make it take forever. And really it's more about just seeing where I can, how far I can take this warrior, you know? Scorpions now. So that's what we're going to focus on. These episodes are going to be about 30 minutes each, so it'll be slow going, probably, but not as slow as it would if I was reading all the quests. I am thinking about doing something similar to this with Final Fantasy, but just not at the same time. Although now that I say that out loud, doing it at the same time would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? It's too bad I just uninstalled the game just to free up some space, but it'd be kind of neat to do both of them at the same time just to see... Oh yeah, I forgot I have charge now. Just to see like how long it would take and sort of put both of them together and compare it. It'd be kind of interesting, but I'm not doing that at the moment. However, I do have this idea of going back to Final Fantasy XIV, creating a new character once again, and just seeing if I speed through everything, how long would it take to get to certain areas of the game. Definitely something on my potential to-do list. I saw a quest marker over here, so we'll do that. Charges on such a long cooldown. Scorpions are getting wrecked. Only one tail left, and then this guy's gonna tell us to go kill like the super scorpion.
It's too far away.
He's really not much of a super scorpion. If we're being 100% honest with ourselves here, he's gonna die just as quickly as all these other ones are. Even without heirloom gear. If we if we had heirloom gear, we'd be just one-shotting all these guys and quickly getting through it, but it's not really the experience that I want. We are on a brand new server. It is a normal server, so it's not PvP. Which I chose deliberately because I don't want to be trying to quest and then getting ganked all the time. I have no interest in going and ganking other people. And I understand it's part of the game in certain ways, and it can be a lot of fun to partake in that aspect of the game, but for recording videos,
Blood and thunder.
we are not going to be doing that. Also, at least my plan right now is to not play this character at all off camera. Everything I do with this character, I plan to do on camera. I reserve the right to go back on that in case something comes up that I wasn't aware of, something that just is not fun for watching videos. Like, let's say if I was like farming something forever, or you know, going out and mining for hours and hours just to try to make money. I don't really plan on doing that, to be honest, on camera or off, but who knows, you know, we're talking about something that's hours and hours in the future. This guy's mount is real loud. Can I jump out this way? I think I can. Oh, come on. Really? Not at all? Wow, game. Right here, it should let me, right? Yeah, there we go. Seemed like something that it should let me do at some point. Alright, we're gonna go turn this thing in. Have I got... Oh, you know what? I haven't been replacing my gear. Not that it matters, but... should do it anyway. Now we have to kill familiars. I wish I could charge more often. It's on a pretty long cooldown. I can understand why you can't. To an extent. And I think we'll get a talent later on that will allow me to charge more often. But I don't even know 100% about that because they've changed things quite often. I was not expecting to have Slam as my first ability. So they've, you know, they've done some rebalancing for sure. Move things around and... change up the leveling experience a little bit. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we gotta run all the way back over. It's times like these where I wish I had the mount, which I do have the mount, but I'm not using it. I've said that like 7 times already in this video. Slams an opponent, causing 98 physical damage. Okay, that's pretty much it. It costs 20 rage. There's no cooldown, so as long as you have the rage, you can keep dumping it into slam. Look at this moon. Does that have something to do with the Legion? Probably. I'm not sure how long that moon's been there for. Might be from Legion, it might have been there from before Legion, I don't know. I'm not really that hip with the lore in WoW. As I said, like, it's never really managed to grasp me all that much. I do know that there's an interesting backstory between, you know, the orcs and the humans, and the Horde and the Alliance, and the Legion, and Deathwing, and all this stuff, but I don't know the specifics, you know?
Thrall of spring.
Okay. Anything here? So I thought I remember there being a quest like in here at some point. But no, it doesn't appear to be. I'm not gonna go all the way there. So are we already ready to leave? Oh, we gotta go into the cave at the end here. So running again. But we do have a new chest piece we can wear. Look at that. And a new belt. And we did get a bag for completing our last quest, which is actually pretty useful for now. We are going to do some profession stuff, by the way. Like, I am going to probably pick up mining and skinning, which is sort of what I always do when I play WoW. And any minerals along the way that I see, I will mine, and I will try to remember to skin all the beasts that I slay. And that's how we're going to try to make money as we go. I'm not really too big on gaming the auction house or anything like that. It's not something that I focus on. But I will, you know, accumulate stacks of minerals and leather and stuff like that, and we'll sell them on the auction house when we can, so that we can try to make some money, get some better bags, stuff like that. It's all I really need. Everything else, gear-wise, you can just find while leveling up. So we have to kill these fell stalkers. Just trying to drain my life. I'm not happy with that. Level 5, we get Victory Rush, which I love. I know we don't need to kill these guys, but once we get Victory Rush, we can then just start to chop through, like, everything. That's going to make our experience much quicker. There we go. And we have to get the pickaxe, too. Which is here. But we also have to get the medallion, which is like sort of you get it off like the boss enemy in this cave. So we shall go and do that. I think that's him there, yeah. As far as add-ons go, I've only downloaded 2. I have Recount, which is our DPS counter. Oh, too close. Forgot to charge this guy, whatever. No big deal. You know what? Let's use our buff. Boom, now you're really dead. We got the medallion, so we can get the hell out of here. You know what? Let's hearth out. Save a little bit of time here. We're approaching the end of the episode. Still got a few minutes left, but yeah, as far as add-ons go, you guys can let me know in the comments which ones you think are absolutely necessary. I'm open to getting a couple more, but I'm not necessarily caring too much. I have deadly boss mods as well, which will only really be useful later on. But it will be actually useful, so I figured might as well pick that up. And I have Recount, like I said. So if there's any other ones that you think are really important, I might get the Omen threat meter, because I will be tanking, so that might be useful. It's been a long time since I've tanked in World of Warcraft, so that'll be an interesting experience once I get back into that. The dungeon dynamic is just so different in WoW than it is in Final Fantasy, though. Like, it's a lot more chaotic. In Final Fantasy, each pull seems like it's, like, deliberately built for the dungeon. Even in the early game, like, if you're just doing, like, you know, like, every pull is going to be like, okay, this is 3 monsters, one of them is a healer, or this is, even if it's, like, 5 weak monsters, so it gives you guys a chance to use your AoE shit. You know, this is 1 tough monster who can call ads, stuff like that. But in WoW, it feels like it's just sort of chaotic. Like everything, all the mobs are just spread out. There's no specific pulls, at least in the early game. Maybe in the later game it gets different. So, we're going to learn that. That's going to be sort of part of the fun of this. There's the moon. As we approach Senjin Village for our next little quest hub. And we are, what? We're level 5 now. When do we get our next ability? Level 8, we get Execute. And then we're set. That's all we need. Victory Rush and Execute. And we'll get Taunt at level 13. It automatically has me as arms, eh? That's interesting. I'm not sure if the game will allow me to dual spec early or not. Not sure. Last I remembered, you can only take a secondary spec once you hit level 30. Oh yeah, we gotta kill these surf crawlers. I remember this one. Surf crawler dead and looted. There we go. It is very relaxing. I will say that. It feels good to level up a character from the beginning, which if I showed you the list of characters I had, you would understand very quickly how much that rings true with me specifically. I'm addicted to making new characters, man. And the amount of them that are warriors, and even the amount of them that are orc warriors, is very high. It's kind of stupid if you think about it. But that's just the way it goes, you know? But for this series, we're going to be focusing on this orc warrior called gdoggcasey. I did have a rogue that I was originally playing, but I actually just deleted him. And made this guy on the same server. So yes, I did play on this server for about 20 levels with the rogue, but I deleted him, so it basically makes this server like brand new. You can see how much gold I have. I don't have anything. I'm not feeding this guy anything from any of my other characters. We're just gonna get the pure leveling experience. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We can probably go out and do one more quest. We'll sample the Scorpid Venom. This one's really hard to do when you have heirloom gear because you tend to just kill these guys too quickly. So we want to hit them with like one skill and then use this to get the venom. There we go. And then we can kill him. Oh, I'm on a cooldown here. I'm gonna hit escape to stop. Oh, that didn't actually work the way I thought it would. That didn't work. Okay, I screwed that up. I forgot we had a cooldown on this ability. So we're just gonna hit like normal. Wait for him to cast it. Pop the totem down. Collect it, and then murder him. There we go. Probably charge, should be okay. And then just stay out of range. There we go. Pop the totem down, let him finish casting it, and we're good. Now we can kill him. It's a bit of an annoying mechanic, to be honest, but it's all just showing you, like, the ropes, showing you how to use abilities that are only useful for quests. That's a surf crawler, that's not a scorpion, so is that. Looks like there's no more scorpions that way. There's one. There we go. 2 more of those, and then we're done. And then we'll probably call the episode there. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode, guys. This is episode 1. As always, I hate begging for likes. I'm not begging either, but on episode 1s of series that I plan on starting, it's always nice to get a few likes in there just to let me know that it's something you're interested in. If you're not interested in it, you can hit the dislike button, go right ahead, or something I would rather would be to let me know in the comments whether or not there's anything I could do to make this a little more interesting for you. If there's something I'm doing that you don't really like, or something like that, or maybe if I'm making a silly mistake and there's something I could be doing to improve the experience, then let me know. By all means, you guys know I love criticism, and I'm making this content for you guys, so I want to make sure that this is something that you guys will be happy with going forward. I'm just cleaning out my bags here. I don't need any of this shit. Hold on to the apples, I guess. But we will pick up in the next episode. We're just going to continue questing along here, try to make gdoggcasey here as strong as he can possibly be. Oh, because I'm... Okay. I was like, why is he looking that way? That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.